All right, another Ebony Star production. And don't forget, everybody, we will be on Ladies Night live with Gin Culture. Gin Culture meets Ladies Night tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be there to expose Gin Culture for what it is and what we are trying to do with it and what our plans are for Gent Culture and the men who join our Gent Culture movement. So that's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Ladies Night. Gent Culture meets Ladies Night. Be there. You know what I'm saying? As for tonight's podcast, a late night edition of Gangsta Talk. Now, we wasn't going to do anything, but I was scrolling around and I got triggered. There's some things that I saw. That's why the title is what it is. Let's talk about a few things, you know? Let's chop it up. There's a couple of things that, you know, it's bothering me and I want to get it off my chest. And I hope that it bothers some of you because I think it's time to have the conversation. And you'll understand what I mean once we get into the show. All right? So come on in, have a seat, get you some spirits. It's time for Gangster Talk, late night edition. We're on. All right, Dame, do your thing. With me always is the lady night himself, Miss Dame Frankie. And don't forget, tomorrow night, I will be live on Ladies Night with Gent Culture, Gentleman Culture. We will talk about what it means to the young men who join the culture, what we hope to achieve with the culture. And our ultimate plan and goal is to destroy pimp culture. And this is what we're going to replace it with, gentleman culture. And there's a lot of things that entail that. I will be here tomorrow night with all of the details. We hope to get gent culture more exposure. So you hear about it, pass it along, share the information. We are trying to get it done the right way. It's about time that black women are exposed to black men who are good for them, who are wholesome for them, and black men who are doing it the right way. And before I get started with the show tonight, I want to say hello to my partner in crime, Miss Dame Frankie. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Ready for the show tonight?
Oh, yes, definitely.
All right, get your FBI thing together. So while you're doing that, so let me tell you what happened tonight. I got triggered. I wasn't going to do anything tonight, but I got triggered. There's something that I saw on TikTok that really hit home with me, and I thought that I would talk about it tonight. Hopefully, some of you will want to talk about it with me. I've experienced this. Me and Dame have both experienced what you're about to see tonight. And I'm pretty sure some of you have experienced the same thing. But here's the issue. It's becoming problematic. And I think it's becoming problematic simply because we don't want to talk about it. When we hear people talk about it, we immediately dismiss them as a sissy bim or a manosphere or a red pill or a pick me or a conscious community idiot. No. But what if the black people that are saying it are upstanding black people? People who aren't affiliated with the red pill, people who aren't affiliated with the manosphere, people who aren't sissy bims, women who aren't pick me's. What if it's upstanding black people talking about this as well? Okay? And we're going to get to it. I want you to hear what this brother has to say. And before you judge this brother, I want you to really think about what it is that he's saying. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you my own experience here on social media. Now, I don't recommend taking it to the extreme that he has taken it to. I would never discount my race. I would never just hate my race. I would never give up on my race. But I have experienced the same things that he will be talking about. And I do believe it's problematic. And I do believe it is time as black people, we start talking about the elephant in the room. All right, Dane, let's get that FBI thing going on.
All right.
Shout out to Trinity Time Travels, also my original partner. at one point. She's always welcome here. Sometimes me and Trinity, we go through our little things where she can't stand me, but I'll always love her. Okay, I remember what she did for me, and I always will. And she's going to always be all right in my heart, even when she can't stand me sometimes. And she's always welcome here on the Every Star Network. Hell, it's partially hers anyway. So shout out to Trinity Time Travels.
All right. All right. Let's cover our bases with the fair use copyright. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use, I repeat, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, definitely, comments, oh, surely, news reporting, only for those who don't know, teaching, we're going to learn something new today. Scholarship or research is not an infringement of copyright.
All right, now, all right, then get it queued up. Shout out to Mama Rain. I was on TikTok, right, just messing around, and I came across this TikTok video. Now, again, before you judge this man, okay, I want you to listen to what he has to say. Separate the message from the messenger. All right, then you can play it. We put it on screen. Fair use. Let it rip. All right, we have no sound.
Niggas. You know what's worse than a nigga? Two of
Start it
them.
again. Start it again. Start it again.
Like they got mad when I said I don't support Black Lives Matter because who they matter to? We kill each other all day. We talk about each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Niggas. Niggas. You know what's worse than a nigga? Two of them. Yes. Make you don't want to be a nigga. Yeah, man, it don't be nobody else talking about me. It be niggas, my own people that look like me. Talk about me like a dog. Kick me when I'm down. Can't wait. look at Gates. Went to jail, they celebrated, clapped their hands, it was happy. I don't look at color and see race no more. I see real and fake. That's it. Like they got mad when I said I don't support.
Okay, who's that then? That's Kevin Gates, right? Come on in, Dan.
That's Kevin Gates.
Now, who is Kevin Gates? Is he an entertainer? I'm unfamiliar with the name. I'm unfamiliar with the name. I'm unfamiliar with the name. Okay, so play this one more time, and then I'm gonna start, commenting on it.
Okay.
How you doing, Mama Rain?
Like they got mad when I said I don't support Black Lives Matter because who they matter to? We kill each other all day. We talk about each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Niggas. Niggas. You know what's worse than a nigga? Two of them. Yes. Make you don't want to be a nigga. Yeah, man, it don't be nobody else talking about me. It be niggas, my own people that look like me. Talk about me like a dog. Kick me when I'm down. Can't wait. look at Gates. Went to jail, they celebrated, clapped their hands, it was happy. I don't look at color and see race no more. I see real and fake. That's it. Like they got mad when I said I don't support Black Lives Matter because who they matter to? Right, we kill each other all day. We talk about each other.
All right, so let's get to it. This man's name is Kevin Gates. Apparently, he's some type of celebrity. I don't know him. I've never heard of him before. I didn't look him up because I really wanted to just talk about what he said. Really wasn't interested in his celebrity. I'm looking at him as an ordinary black man. Okay, now what he said is problematic because there's truth to it. If there was no truth to it, then we wouldn't be playing it. Now, let's play the first part of it, Dame, and then we're going to comment. We're going to comment on it section by section. Okay, play the first part, and then I'll tell you when to stop.
Like they got mad when I said I don't support Black Lives Matter.
Okay,
Because who they
stop.
matter to? We
Now that part right there, Black Lives Matter. I don't support Black Lives Matter either. I think Black Lives Matter is a phony organization. Maybe if we had the right leadership and it was really about black people, straight black people at that, then maybe. But other than that, I think they're about as phony as a $3 bill. I don't support them either. So I'm not even sure why anybody black who's real would be upset with a black person not supporting Black Lives Matter. Dame, do you support Black Lives Matter?
Well, I don't. It's suspect, so I don't believe it.
Well, do you
It's too
support
many.
it?
No.
I don't either. And to me, it's more than suspect. I don't even know if they even for black people. But I went to their website. I didn't even see anything associated with anybody black. So, I don't support Black Lives Matter. I don't have a problem with Mr. Gates not supporting Black Lives Matter. Okay, I think it's a gimmick. I think it's a way to exploit black people. And you know what? And let's get this straight. You do have black people who are exploiting other black people. Okay, and he gets no argument from me on the Black Lives Matter thing. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next part, Dan. Play it.
kill each other all day. We talk about each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Niggas.
Stop.
Niggas.
We kill each other all day. We talk about each other all day. You know who talk about me the most on the internet? Nagas. There's truth to that too. Dame, who has given us the most trouble on social media since you and I have been together?
Black folks.
Black folks. Now, I don't support him leaving his race. I'm not doing that. I'm never going to turn my back on my people. I'm never going to not see race. But I can understand where he's coming from because I've gone through it myself. Dame has gone through it, and we're still going through it. There's still people trying to sabotage us. And we're not a big channel. There's still people coming over here trying to run down on us and say crazy things and do crazy shit. Like we owe them something, like we did something to them. Like we don't have a right to have a voice, like we don't have a right to speak. And it's black people. It's other black people. It ain't white folks. It ain't Asian folks. It's black people. But the problem is we can't talk about it because if you're a black man and you talk about it, then you get categorized as a sissy bim, a manosphere guy, a red pill guy. Even if you're a stand-up guy. If you're a woman, you get categorized as a pick-me, one of these women that's following the manosphere, some manly woman, you get called out your name, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, even if you're a stand-up black woman. Okay, it can't be talked about. Okay? We kill each other all day. He ain't never lied. You got black folks running each other down, shooting the hell out of each other. You got black men running around killing black women, killing black babies. Okay? Now you got a trend of black men killing their girlfriends because they don't want to get abortions. That's a trend now. That's the latest thing. That's the latest murder trend. Okay? By black men. They're killing their girlfriends now because she don't want to get an abortion. He said, who talks about him on social media? Black people. I've experienced the same thing. Me and Damon experienced the same thing. Talk about us like a dog. And it's problematic. So I think it's time we sat down, whether it be on social media. Let's just face it, social media is a part of our lives now. It's not going anywhere. So you can try to play it down as much as you want. You can try to say, well, it's just YouTube. It isn't just YouTube. It's social media. It's a part of our lives now. It's not going anywhere. And so it's time that we sat down and had the tough discussion about this very subject. And I think that everybody who was talking about it and are experiencing this situation is somebody that's a sissy bim or a pygmy. This is happening to upstanding Black people. It's not just happening to, it's not just coming from the manosphere or whatever. Upstanding Black people are going through the same thing. We talk about each other like a dog. We fight each other like a dog. I don't know how you see Black people going in on white folks or going in on these Asians. And I'm going to show you something else after this video, right? That nobody's talking about. I mean, we're getting punked out. Our Blackness is being sold to the highest bidder, and we are being appropriated the hell out of. I mean, people are appropriating us so bad. They're straight up disrespectful with it. Extremely audacious with it. I mean, they jamming it in our face. Now I'm gonna show you some videos. They jamming our Blackness and our talent that they stole, mimicked, or copied from us. They're jamming it in our face, as if to say, "What are you gonna do about it?" I'm gonna get to that too. I got a video to show you about that too. Ain't nobody fighting and arguing with them. You know, we still fighting and arguing with each other. And let's face it, there's over a lot of bullshit. Okay, when you really peel back the layers of this thing, it's just about who can be the biggest loudmouth. Okay, we're like peacocks. Who has the prettiest feathers? Who shine the brightest? Who is the loudest? There's really no rhyme or reason to it. There's really nothing to gain. We beat each other down and they look from accolades, right, from the people we just beat down. What kind of sense does that make? Okay. You want the person that you done beat half to death or beat to death, right? To know who you are. Look at the music that we make. We don't even make sense anymore with our music. All our music is about showing somebody how tough we are. Threatening somebody, or if they bother us, we're going to do zilch, zack, zoo, and the flu to them. Right. If you do something to me, I'm going to do all of these kinds of things to you. And it ain't just one or two things. If somebody does one thing to you, you're going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things back to them. And they're all going to be awful, one more awful than the other. Hey, if you slap me, let me give you an example. If someone slaps you in the face, right? Would you just slap him back in the face? Or would you freak out and just go crazy and berserk and take out a machine gun and shoot him 3,047 times? Because he slapped you in the face. What are you going to do? You're going to shoot him. You're going to take out a gun and shoot him 3,047 times. So you know what that means? If you shoot someone 3,047 times, that means you got to keep changing clips. Your anger is so out of control. Your mind is so shot. Your mental stability is so unstable that you're going to sit there and reload all those times it takes to shoot somebody 3,047 times simply because they smacked you in the face. And then that's not the end of it. That's just the beginning. After you shoot them 3,047 times, you're going to stab them another 227 times with a butter knife. So after you fill them full of bullet holes, you're going to put some knife holes in them to the tune of 227 times because your anger still haven't subsided yet. You are still in a full-blown freak out, a psychotic episode that is lasting for hours. And you're not done yet. After you stab the person 227 times with a butter knife, you want to get in your car and run over the person 40 or 50 times. I mean, I'm not exaggerating here. This is the kind of psychotic temperament that a lot of black people have developed over the simplest shit. I mean, back in my day, you slapped me in the face. Okay, I may punch you in the mouth, but the punishment is going to fit the crime. You slap me in the face. I'm not going to go run 5 miles to the house at full speed, run up the stairs and get a bat, then run back down 5 miles back and beat the damn daylights out of you because you slapped me in the face. I'm not going to do all that. And the men, you guys are just shadows of what a man is supposed to be. I'm not even sure you guys are even real anymore. You guys are walking around here and maybe some kind of cartoon drawing. I wonder if I showed you an eraser, how that would make you feel. Would you be afraid of the eraser? Okay, so let's get back to the video. Dave, play the next segment of it.
You know what's worse than a nigga? Two of them. Make you don't want to be a nigga. Yeah, man, it don't be no, it don't be no.
So this colorful gentleman is saying that it's gotten to the point where sometimes he doesn't want to be black. Now, I've never felt that I didn't want to be black, but I felt ashamed to be black sometimes. With the way some of my brethren has, is acting. Sometimes I sit here and wonder, why is it black people doing it to black people? And then you know what? What bothers me is this. You got nonchalant Negroes who don't care about nothing but chaos. They'll tell you things like, well, every race has their own crime. So I guess, it's okay to do it then because other races do it too. So it's okay for you to stab somebody's black grandmother to death. Okay? It's okay for you to kill your girlfriend because she doesn't want to get an abortion with your baby. Because other races are doing it. Other races got crime going on with them too. So when a woman's son gets lit up at a McDonald's because of a couple of jackal nagas were running around shooting at people like they got pop guns and don't realize that real bullets are coming out and they're killing people and people are crying over their dead loved ones, you're just sitting right up there telling, oh, don't worry about it. I understand your son got shot 28 times, okay, by a couple of mindless jackals who didn't have any fathers growing up. It's okay because other races do it too. Other races have crime against each other too. I mean, are you at a point now to where sometimes you don't want to be black? I mean, who's willing to have this discussion? Who's brave enough to have this discussion, man, without breaking down into some kind of wild shouting match with hollow threats and losing your damn mind and your marbles all at the same time, and sit up here and yell obscenities at each other and threaten to kill each other for like 45 minutes at a time. Okay, Dame, play it.
Nobody else talking about me. Be niggas, my own people that look like me. Talk about me like a dog. Kick me when I'm down. Can't wait. look at Gates. Went to jail. They celebrated, clapped their hands. It was happy. I don't look at color and see race no more. I see real and fake. That's it.
Stop.
They got mad.
Now he talked about black people kicking the Williams down. He said he went to jail and they celebrated. He said he don't see color anymore. He see real and fake. Now that where me and him part. That's where me and him part ways. I was with him up until that point. See, I can see real and fake and still be loyal to my race. I can see real and fake within my race. I ain't got to abandon my race to see real and fake. Okay? And yeah, a lot of times it's not people of a different ethnicity talking about you. It's your own people. And listen, even though I can understand this man's frustration, I will have to part ways with him on the real and fake, abandoning the race thing. I'm not going to abandon my race because I can see real and fake within my race. I don't need to abandon my race to see real and fake. Okay? So that's where me and him part ways. But I do understand why he feels that way. I'm not saying I condone what his final decision is, but I understand why he feels that way. Play it, Dame.
Oh, that was the end of it.
Right. And so, Dame, come on in here. What do you think about the whole situation? Give me your take on it.
I think the reasons why we see, hear, and do is it's the same thing as proximity. Of course, you're gonna hear black folks talking about you, backstab you, turn against you, or whatever, because they right there, can't get away from each other. You're not going to
right.
hear
I don't.
the groups talking about you
Right,
because
but
you're
I
not
don't.
there.
Right. I don't think that's the right way. I don't think he's talking about it in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we understand the proximity thing.
Mm-hmm.
We understand that we're around each other all the time, most of the time, and yeah, we're going to be talking about each other. I don't know. I don't think it's like that. I think what he's talking about is this. When you look at the situation when he's successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the situation when he's on a platform, a public platform,
Mm-hmm.
where where everybody has access to him,
Mm-hmm.
you would think that the racists would come after him. The non-black people would come and try to tear him down, right? And try to take something from him, tear him down. But the people that's coming at him and trying to take away what he has and trying to destroy his image in front of everybody is his own people. That he didn't expect. See, he didn't expect this to come out in the open. You see what I'm saying? Just like I didn't expect that when I started my channel, man, I'm going to be honest with you. When I started my channel, I expected resistance from white folks. I expected resistance from other races. I knew I was going to get into a couple of fights with Negroes, right? But what I didn't expect, right, is to straight up cutthroat to try to terminate me, to try to absolutely destroy me as a person. That I didn't expect. I don't even know cats on this YouTube. And to have some kind of hatred toward me like that, to try to, it's one thing if you want to call me a few names and crack some jokes. Okay, I'm cool with that. I can crack jokes too with the best of them. I can call people out their name too. I ain't got a problem with that. you want to keep, you do some patience like that. But when you're trying to like destroy somebody, man, when you're trying to take down their family, you know, going after their kids, I now that I didn't expect from black folk. Didn't expect to be doxxed. Didn't expect none of that stuff. You're not expecting that from black folk. You're expecting something like that from your enemies, like white folks or KKK members or something like that. Okay, kind of like what JB Gunn did to RBR, right? You wouldn't expect a black man to do that to RBR, and I think that's what his problem is. Like when I started this channel, and the things that happened to sabotage, and absolutely destroy the image of me as a black man on YouTube permanently, I thought that was out of line by some black folk. I don't even know you cats like that. You got that kind of hatred for me? Are you crazy? I've never met none of these people in real life. Why? I've never done anything like that. I've never done anything to these people in real life. How you coming at me like that? People threatening my wife, people threatening to kill me, and like, what? Seriously? See, these are the things that blow your mind. When you in the hood, it's a little different. Because you ain't just going to run down somebody talking about, well, I'm going to kill you and your wife. Really? How you going to get away with that? Matter of fact, how you going to get out of that conversation? Don't nobody just run down on you like that in the hood. Guys may talk shit. You may hear some shit talk around the corner. Yeah, man, JoJo and them just said some bullshit about you, whatever. Whatever. When I see JoJo, I'm going to slap JoJo in the mouth. Okay, you see JoJo, yo, man, what was that bullshit you were talking about? Pop. Now, JoJo got two choices. He can either take the pop and say, my bad, or he could throw his hands up. Or he could take a chance and reach for his gun, knowing that there's a high probability that might be the last thing he does. So that's three choices. Sorry about that. And ain't nobody really ready to do that in your face like that. So the talking is not the same. It's not to the same degree as it is on social media. On social media, people are coming straight for your blood. And they figure that they can do it on an engine that will allow them to actually touch you or get you touched, and they can pretty much throw their rock and hide their hand. I think that's what's getting to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the part I think is getting to him. That part he didn't expect from black folk. He probably expected that to come from the KKK, white folks, non-white folks. He probably expected that level of hatred to come from non-black people. But when it came from his own people, it kind of messed him up. And I know exactly how he feels. Because when I got on here, some people like me, and some people absolutely hated my guts, and I don't even know why. Some people can't stand me simply because of a conversation we had, the way I disagreed, right? And they wanted, man, I had a person, because I have a stance on black women, right? I feel one way about black women. They feel another way about black women. There's guys in the management that want to kill me because I love black women. Constantly tell me, Max, if I ever catch you, I'm going to blow your brains out. I'm going to stab you in the neck. I'm going to do all these things. Really? I ain't never had no white man talk to me like that. I ain't never had no white man threaten me like that. And for what? Because I love black women and you don't? They mad at me and they hate me and they want to see me fall and they want to see me suffer. They want to do crazy things to me simply because they hate black women and I don't. So for me, that's what the shocker was. And I understand where he's coming from. When he got hit with the stuff, he was shocked that it was coming from his own people. Hey, wait a minute. This ain't supposed to come from my people. I bet you he was thinking that way. Go ahead, Dan.
Uh-huh. Well, there's There's always going to be some level for different reasons, mostly envy. That's why envy and jealousy is such twisted emotions. And not to mention with social media, there's too many places you can hide. So
Hold on
you,
one second. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me just comment. Atheist, tell me what I'm wrong about. So you guys, listen. I don't mind you guys coming in saying I'm wrong, but tell me what I'm wrong about. I don't mind having a discussion. We're gonna open up the mic here in a little bit, okay? I don't hide from nothing or run from nothing. You're welcome to come up here and have a discussion because I think that black people should start having this discussion. You know? Go ahead, Dan.
Mhm. Yeah. So let's see. Um, yeah, jealousy and envy, those twisted emotions, and I looked him up while you was talking. He's a rapper, um,
Mm-hmm.
and and he got some fame, and yes, there's gonna be some people that's gonna come at him. I don't know what,
And
or be happy that he seemed to be in a, like we said, they were
right,
clapping
but
in jail.
right, but I think it's too much of that. And I think the reason why we're having that to this degree is because of the kind of music that we make.
Hmm.
We're very braggadocious in the music that we make. It's all about what you have, flaunting gold, donkey chains, and ice, and all of that. Okay, and pretty much you're flaunting it at other black people. Pretty much saying, "I got something and you don't have it." Nah, 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 nah. That's what our music is about. Our music is stupid. It makes no sense. All it does is promote violence towards one another. Okay, it makes black people envious of other black people. The rap music is childish. If you really look at the rap videos, right, you got mama men. I call them mama men now. Grown ass men who are mama boys, right, sitting on trinkets like cars that they don't own, super fast Ferraris and Bugattis, flashing money sitting on cars. And if you really look at it in the video, they're not really doing anything productive in the video.
Hmm.
It's pretty much a stroll down the street, shining like a monkey with gold teethuses, diamond studs, on a rope around your neck, and a bunch of bananas, green bananas in your hand. That's it. There's nothing to it. It's just look at me, Negro. I got something and you don't have anything. Nah, 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 nah. Let me laugh at you because you're still in poverty.
Hmm.
It's just like the guy that was on the Jason Black show, right?
Uh-huh.
He had the wrong kind of mentality too, right? He was talking about he want to tell black people, black men, that you can make it out, which is about a bunch of nothing. That's why I'm so glad Jason challenged him. So
Hmm.
make it out of what? And to where? You don't have anywhere to make it out to. You don't get it. You're not accepted outside of your neighborhoods. You're not accepted outside of your environment. That's what you guys don't understand. Many of you are brainwashed into thinking that you can get a passport and go to some other countries to make your wildest sex dreams come true. You really don't have any substance either. That's why your community is in ruins and don't have anything productive in it because of the way you guys think. You are non-productive thinkers. All you do is lust and brag. That's why people don't like you. That's why people always want to kill you. That's why people think you're stupid. That's why people think we're the dumbest race of men on earth.
Hmm.
We don't think about nothing productive. And then those who try to think about something productive are absolute sellouts. They're thinking what the white man wants them to think. They don't have no original, they don't have any original thoughts of their own. They step out and become sellouts and then come back to the hood talking about some, you know, Black Lives Matter. There's no such thing as racism. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Trayvon Martin caused his own death. Tamir Rice, it was his fault. There should be no Black History Month. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Non-productive, you know, and then when you look at the videos, again, challenge me on this. Go look at the video. Look at these videos and tell me what's in any of these rap videos that is positive and productive for young Black men that will set Black men on the young Black men on the right path to productivity. Because in this world, you either producing or you are losing. There ain't nothing else going on. Now you can sit up here and dance around the issue verbally and try to make yourself sound like you have a long lexicon of words that you can fall back on and constantly have a $25 handle rhetoric. But at the end of the day, all your fancy words is not going to change the issue at hand, which is this world is about producing. You either producing or you are losing. And Black men are losing because we are not producing in the right areas. We are producing children, but the problem with that is we're not raising the children. We're not taking care of the children. So the children become a liability rather than an asset to the race. They become a liability because they are unlearned. They grow up wild and out of control, many of them. And they become monsters. You know what a monster is? A human being that murders an innocent child. That is a monster. Many of our young boys become that. They start murdering kids, murdering grown-ups, and start killing everybody. So Black men are in last place. Black men are losing. Now, we can sit up here and say, it's not all Black men, but you see, that's a BS argument too. They say that just to stop the truth from being told. That we are not producing in the grand scheme of things. And that we are losing. So this is why you get all of these fake arguments just to stop what's being said at the time. Okay? Yeah, Dan.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, with all these rappers, the NFL, NBA players, they don't invest back into the community. They invest.
Well, it's not even investing. It's
Uh,
not even investing back in me. I'm sick and tired of hearing that too, because that leads to nothing either. I mean, that leads to nothing too. You don't have to invest back into your community. What you need to do is just start acquiring property, start opening up businesses. Whether they be in your community or in somebody else's community, open up businesses in somebody else's community and let them pump dollars into your community like you are doing for them.
mm-hmm.
Who is in our community with businesses? Asian people, Arab people, white people. Where are the Black people in their own communities with businesses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You know what? You know what's sad? What's sad is not Now, well, a sissy bim is sad, and the manosphere is sad too. Let me tell you something else that's sad, right? When I hear a black person say, "I need my Chinese food,"
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
you brought into the takeover of your neighborhood and your environment. You brought into the business takeover of your neighborhood and your environment, and you have given into it. You have accepted it as part of your culture. I need my Chinese food. Where I'm gonna get my Chinese food from? You can't close down the Chinese restaurants in my neighborhood. Where I'm gonna get my egg foo young from? Do you even know what that sounds like?
Mm-hmm.
And things like that are just it's just devastating to hear. What kind of mentality does that black person have? Is that a winning mentality when you've already accepted defeat? You've already said, well, listen, we're not going to get the Chinese restaurants out of our community because they don't do nothing to enhance our community. All they do is take our money out of the community and don't put a dime back into the community unless it's into their business. Hell, many Chinese places don't even hire anybody black in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I come to you and say, oh, listen, we're gonna run these Chinese people out of here. No, then where I'm gonna get my egg foo young from? Where am I gonna get my fried rice from? Where am I gonna get my Chinese spare ribs? That is a losing mentality. That isn't a mentality has already been defeated and has graciously accepted defeat. How can you win with such mentalities dominating your environment? You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm talking about black men who aren't celebs. And then you have the young black men. Now, I don't care them about the Jay-Z's or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But these young rappers who are 16, 18, and 19 have a devastating effect on the young generation. I mean, devastating. Have you seen the following Little Nas X have? He has an unbelievable following of young black men. Do you see what he's doing? Wearing dresses and carrying on. So what do you think the young black men who are following him think? What kind of mentality do you think they're developing by following Little Nas? You guys think this shit is funny? You think this shit isn't happening? You think Little Nas X is doing that just to have some fucking, just to have some damn fun? This is a concentrated effort to produce a particular result. There's a reason why he's making those commercials in them damn dresses. They're not doing that shit for no reason. It's not by chance that he has a ridiculous following of young black men. That's what they're targeting. And to sit here and blow it off like, oh, it's just celebrities. No, it isn't just celebrities. Remember in the movie Rocky 3, when Rocky was about to fight or wanted to fight Mr. T,
Mm-hmm.
and Mick wouldn't let him fight him? You know? And they showed up at a rally because they was retiring Rocky, and they gave him a statue in Philly. And then Mr. T showed up talking about, don't give him the title, give him guts. And he started talking shit to Rocky and wanted to fight. And then Mick said, you get no shot That's final. That's canceled, right? And then Rocky said, "What are you talking about? I want to fight this guy." He said, "Yeah, but you do it without me. I'm out." And Mick left, right? And then they ended up at the house. It was going back in the house. I remember the scene as if I saw the movie today. He gets out of the car. Mick goes in the house. He gets out of the car. Adrian tries to stop him. He says, "Adrian," and he walks right past her. Goes straight into Mick's room. He said, "Man, what's going on?" And Mick tells him the truth. He said, "Dude, this guy," he said, "You haven't been hungry since you won that belt." He said, "I'm doing this because you can't win, Rock." He said, "You can't win." And Rock said, "What you talking about? He's just another fighter." Mick said, "No, he ain't just another fighter. This guy is a wrecking machine. He'll kill you to death inside of 3 rounds." And he told Rocky something Rocky didn't want to hear. He said, "He'll knock you into tomorrow, Rock." Now, why did I give you that analogy? Because that's what this thing is with Lil Nas X. He's a killing machine. He ain't just another fighter. He ain't just another rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He'll knock you into tomorrow, Rock. He'll knock our young generation into the next generation that they want him to knock them into. And that generation is a generation of boys who are effeminate and gay and hate women and will produce diseases like monkeypox. Disgusting diseases. This man, Lil Nas X, has a terrible influence on young generation. The reason why I say terrible because he has a strong influence on them, which makes it a terrible influence because of his intentions. I'm gonna show you something else too that's tied into that. It's not just black men that's going through this. This is a mankind thing. This is what Irritated Genie talked about before he got canceled on social media. Now, I won't go as far as he went. But these are the things he's talking about. This is a mankind thing. We got more videos to show you. And I have one that is particularly very interesting that you might want to pay attention to. I don't care anything about Dennis Sperling. You see, again, you guys are brainwashed and you don't think for yourselves. That's why you come in here with stuff like Dennis Sperling. You don't have any original thoughts in your head. You can't carry a conversation with me. I'm not into talking to regurgitators and robots. I want to talk to real men who have real original thoughts, who can think for themselves, who can exercise common sense, who can tell the difference between one thing or the other. I don't want to hear talking points. I don't want to hear famous names. Don't impress me with how much you can follow somebody, how much you can say what other people say, how much you can think what other people want you to think. I want to hear signs of original thought so we can engage in real discussion and find solutions. You can only find solutions with an original thinker. You will never find a solution with a person that regurgitates the thoughts of other people. Because that person doesn't know what he is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He only knows what that person is telling. He only knows what that person is talking about. That's why he is regurgitating it. He himself has nothing to talk about because he himself doesn't actually think. The people that he is regurgitating do the thinking for him. So you can't talk to anybody like that. You can't find a solution with anybody like that. You'd be better off sitting there watching paint dry. We need people with robust minds, people who can think for themselves, people who actually have foresight, vision, creativity, people who can solve riddles like putting a square peg into a round hole. People who can solve MC equals, I'm sorry, MC equals, what's his name? MC equals MC, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. E equals MC squared.
Yeah, E equals MC squared. People who can solve that equation and other equations. We need black people now need original thinkers, not regurgitators. We don't need the conscious community. There's nothing to learn there. The conscious community is just a bad attempt at history, so-called history. We don't need the manosphere. They're a bunch of white supremacists in blackface. So the only thing they're going to do is regurgitate white supremacist talking points. We don't need the red pill because they are anti-black. They are against the black woman. We don't need black pill. They are against black people as well. We don't need none of this stuff. We don't need weakness. We need intellectual strength. Men who aren't afraid to think real thoughts and not be afraid to stand on what they think and stand on their square as black men, rather than tuck their tail and run down the street trying to duck out of the eyesight of the dog catcher or the SPCA. We need real men, real thinkers. I want to have conversations with men who have original thoughts, men who can think on their own. I don't want to hear regurgitated talking points. That tells me that you can't think. And if you can't think, there's no sense of having a conversation with you. I'm not interested in boring conversations about talking points. I want to have exciting conversations about new possibilities, things I've never heard before, challenging thoughts, reaching a solution and enjoying the journey to that solution, because we've uncovered many, many stones that sprouted original thought, so many avenues that we can go down that we haven't explored before, because people are creative thinkers. These are the people I wish to have discussions with, not lowly people who have no belief in their own intellectual might and claim to be smart, but only regurgitate the thoughts of others. Hardly a claim they should make. 1 second. Give me your take, Dane, while I put my phone on the charger.
Okay. Well, yeah. Instead of doing their own research and they just because it sounds good to them and it puts things in a good light for them, they want to go ahead and repeat.
So then, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Say you live in an area where the ice cream man came around, right?
Mm-hmm.
7 days a week, Mr. Softy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, he has no, I'm sorry. Say you live in a neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Italian icy man comes around 7 days a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he sells Italian ices.
Mm-hmm.
Different flavors, right? Italian ices are good. You like Italian ices, right? Huh?
If it's the same thing as a snow cone, yes.
Okay, just humor me for a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right, so snow cones, Italian ices, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
and the kids in the neighborhood like it. But that's all you guys know,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Okay.
then you do this for a week, and next week you're cool for the first 2 days, but then that third day into the next week, you're like, hey, is there anything else out there? And then the kid comes up to you and say, well, there's an Italian icy man around the corner. He has bigger Italian ices. You're like, nah, I really don't want anything else is going on. Then another kid comes up. Well, my cousin, the Italian icy man around here, he has grape. This man don't have grape. I mean, you're not really interested, are you? Because to you, it's still Italian icy, right?
Uh-huh.
So are you having a conversation with them about Italian ices?
No, you're trying to find out something different from Italian ices.
Now, what if a guy comes along or another kid comes along and say, hey, well, around on my block, which is 2 blocks down, we have an ice cream man that comes through. His name is Mr. Softy. And he has ice cream cones with different types of sprinkles. You can get cherries and you can get waternuts and walnuts. He has ice cream sundaes, banana boats, cherries on that. Wow, what? How are you now? How do you feel now?
Feeling excited. It's something
Why?
because it's something different, and somebody's
It's
actually.
something different,
Mhm.
right? It's something different. It's not the same old regurgitated shit. So you're like, sign me up. Let's go see this ice cream man. Now, after you've seen the Italian man and the ice cream man, right?
Mhm.
Hello?
Yes.
Now, let's get to it. What would be a solution to enjoy both those things without having to see either of those men? Now,
Um.
here's where we come with the solution. Now, here's
Mhm.
where the sign of original thought comes in, people, because I just
Mhm.
gave you a scenario to where both scenarios are one is regurgitated thought, and the next one sounds like it's new, but will eventually become regurgitated talk.
Mhm.
So, what is the solution? Where's the sign of the original thought? Okay, it's about to come now. So now, Dame, hey, listen, I'm sick of going to the ice cream man. I'm sick of going to the Italian man. They're getting expensive, but I like
Uh-huh.
ice cream and I like the Italian ices.
Uh-huh.
What are we gonna do? We can't afford it no more. What are we gonna do? Now,
Okay.
go ahead, Dame. Exercise original thought so we can show people how original thought comes about, how creativity comes about, and how we create solutions for ourselves. Exercise signs of, yeah, they're throwing some original thought.
We can make our
What are we
own.
going to do now? There you go. We can make our own. Now you done got the sign. Now you done got the original thought started, right? Now it's going to grow legs and going to turn into a solution. Let me show you how. You just put it out there. I said, okay, Dame, where we going to get the stuff from? And you'll say,
The store.
the store,
Yeah.
the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, Dame, I never made an Italian ice cream before. I never made ice cream before. How am I going to learn?
Uh,
What are you going to say?
Either YouTube videos or library
Well,
books.
no, this is not, no. This is not YouTube.
Oh, okay.
YouTube is out. We're young
Library books.
kids. There's no YouTube.
Library books. Recipes.
Books, books, recipes.
Mm-hmm.
Did we find out how much we need to get the ingredients and what we need to make it?
Mm-hmm.
And we follow the instructions and bam, we got Italian ices and we got ice cream.
Right.
that we can always make it. Don't have to go to the icy man anymore. We don't have to go to the ice cream man anymore. We can buy sprinkles. We can make our own ice cream cones in the house.
Mm-hmm.
We can make our own banana boat in the house. We have found solutions. See, these are the people I like talking to. People who know how to think.
Right.
That's why I clash with you guys a lot, because many of you don't know how to think. That's why you're always talking about reading books, because you can't think. Well, I read this book and it said, I'm pretty sure you read the book because you don't have a brain of your own. You don't have many of you guys don't have any, you claim to be intelligent, but you don't have any faith in your own brain. That's why you read books a lot, because you can't think on your own. People who are great thinkers read very little books. If they do read books, it's just to touch up on one thing or get some information about one particular thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Some people say, well, Max is against education. Absolutely not. But at some point, you have to learn how to think. That's what's wrong with a lot of you guys now. That's why you're bad at black women, because you can't think. A lot of you can't talk to them because you can't think. That's why you come at black women with stupid stuff like statistics from the CBC, because you can't think. You really have no conversation for her because you can't think. That's why your mind is filled with rotten statistics and corroded talking points from the manosphere, because you can't think. You're 30-some years old, 35 years old, talking about the data says. What about what you say? What about what you're thinking? Do you have any original thought in your mind that you can share with black women? Black women are incredibly intelligent. I talk to them nearly every single day. You know what they don't do? They don't walk around regurgitating talking points. They don't do that. The only time you might hear them recite something is some policy on their job or something like that. Other than that, right, they exercise original thought. You know why? Because many of them have faith in their own intellect. They have faith in their own brain. They can speak and have conversations with a ton of original thought. And they can become creative because they think for themselves. I enjoy having conversations with black women. They're so pleasant. And it's so unpredictable because many of them have so much original thought in their mind, it's hard to even keep up with them. There's a sister that comes in the back chat. She's like family to me now, me and Dave now. Her name is Remy. She's in the chat. I enjoy talking to her so much.
Uh-huh.
She is an original thinker at heart. Mm-hmm. She is not a regurgitator. She doesn't think what other people think. All of her thoughts are original. And she's such a dream to talk to. She inspires me every time she comes into my back chat. I get turned up because I love talking to her. You know, and this is what I mean by black women. But when I get down to you Nagas, I get bored and don't want to talk no more. Or I just start clowning you guys because you guys are stupid. Many of you are dumb as hell. You claim to be smart. Well, smart men don't regurgitate the thoughts of other people and stand on those regurgitated thoughts as if they were your own. That's not smart. Yeah. And you know what? And that's why a lot of you guys are failing at everything. That's why this man right here feels the way he feels. That's why you guys don't produce anything. It's the way you think. You don't have any original thought. That's why you can't get out of your own way. That's why you don't build nothing in your community because you think about building nothing. All you do is think about being audacious, but you're bragging. You're one track minded. You don't think about anything that's productive. What you think about is fast money. You think about sex all the time. That's pretty much all to you. There's nothing to figure out about you. There's no mystery. You're an open book with all of the pages torn out. Why all of the pages are torn out? Because everybody already read every page in the book.
Mm-hmm.
You're an open book with all of the pages torn out. And so, getting back to what this man was talking about, the way you think is the reason why he feels that way. And then here's another thing too, right? You sit up here and say, we do these things to each other, right? Mm-hmm. But you don't want to do anything about it. I've never heard any discussions on what we're going to do about it. How are we going to change it? And every time I talk to people, we get no solutions. You know why? Because black people are trained to stay in place. It's just like telling a dog to sit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I come by as a black man and tell you, come on, let's go, and a white man come by and tell you, no, sit. Why you don't go with me and obey him? Because you've been trained to sit. And that's why you don't build nothing, because you're sitting. And you will not, you're afraid to leave that spot. And if I go and try to make you leave the spot because there's progress around the corner, you'll bite me. You'll turn around and attack me and go for my throat.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're afraid of the white man. That's why many of you right now, grown-ass cowards, who should be ashamed of yourself, showing your cowardice out in public. You know, cowardice isn't something you should show in public. You know that, right? Do any of you know that? Cowardice isn't something you should put on display for the world to see. You really don't want people to know that you're a coward. You want them to try to figure that out. You don't want to knowingly and willfully put that out in public. You guys are wearing it like a badge of honor. Hey, man, I'm a coward, you dig? I run from people. And are you kidding me? I ain't trying to fight nobody. If I get hit in my mouth, I'm just going to turn around. I'm not going to do nothing. Because I want the rest of my teeth so I can eat some Chinese spare ribs. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Dang, did you want to say something on that before we moved on to the next one? So, shout out to Remy. Remy's in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Remy.
Yeah, and King Kapala. But good luck on
shout out to my brother King Kapala. Shout out to my African brother King Kapala. Newly joined, you know, he's newly down with the E family. Gave that brother a wrench. He's part of the E family with us now. So shout out to King Kapala. Hope you guys enjoying the show. Just dropping some knowledge, man, and giving you guys some observations of what I see. Okay, Dave, now, the next video I want you guys to look at, right? I'm going to show it to you. Me and Dan are going to show it to you. We're going to show it to you more than once. We're going to show it to you 2 times. And we want you to pick out the obvious. And I'm gonna see if you guys in the chat can pick out the obvious before me and Dane comment on it, because Dane didn't see it at first either. Okay, she know what it is now, but at first she didn't see it either. But it's obvious. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why that is. All right, Dame, you know the one I'm talking about, the one with the family boxing. All right, y'all. Is that screen wide? Can you make it bigger? Can you make it bigger? Dame, can you make the screen bigger?
Okay, this is the biggest. I got it. Take a look,
Okay,
Mom.
you got a response. I know you're there. Okay, you know. All right, play it, y'all. I want y'all to see if y'all can pick this out. Play it. Okay, Dame. Am I coming through or am I boy again?
You coming through?
Was that video boy again?
No.
Okay, it was boy again to me.
Okay.
All right, play it one more time. All right, y'all pay attention to it one more time. We're gonna give y'all one more shot at this. See if you guys can pick it out. Play it. King Capalo, when it's done, I want you to try to take a shot at it. See if you can see something weird about this video, something that's unusual. Play it again.
Okay. All right. All right. See if y'all can get what the issue is. Okay. Okay, but we're not going with another girl. It's those two kids right there. They family. Everybody else, go ahead and try to see if you see what the problem is. Okay. Hold on a second. I'll put my phone on the charger. All right.
Okay, damn, you there?
Yes.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
something is wrong with my sound.
Oh, okay. Well, you can
Can
hear
you
us clearly? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you get that on the screen now?
All right. So I was waiting for the response to the question. Because when we first showed,
Yeah, and yeah, did they answer what was the unusual thing about it? Anybody answer?
okay, King Kapala, initially from when the first we said great footwork, and then he said another girl will have serious problem in the ring with her. But he's the only one to answer the question about that video. I've seen if anybody else got it.
Well, the obvious issue with the video, let me get right on with it, is that the girl is actually boxing like a male, and the male is actually fighting like a girl. The girl punches are crisp and clean, organized, with a high boxing IQ. The boy is sprailing about with a low boxing IQ and throwing punches from all angles and swinging like a girl with his head down. Now, I don't know if they did this to as a joke, but that girl and her skills, those are real skills. Those are real hands. She's got real hands. I don't know if they can fake that. Okay, they may be able to fake it with the boy, but the girl, those hands are real. Now, my issue with this is why are they showing this? Is there some wide world push to effeminize boys and and masculinize women? Not just black women, all women. Do they want to make women the tough guys and make the boys the damsels in distress? This is really a very disrespectful video, even though these children are non-black. But I don't think this is just a black thing. As a matter of fact, Dame, didn't you say something about an Asian woman? Tell the story
There's
about the
a
Asian woman and her daughter.
there's a clip in there's a short going around on YouTube. I don't know if everybody saw it, where there was this panel and this Asian woman was on there, and her mother she was taught independence to be independent by her mother, but yet her mother didn't go in that direction, and she got a good husband and all that other stuff. So why she was different with her daughter? Where she said what her mother explained to her was back in her day, good men were everywhere. You could not get a good man because they were just all around. She said, but she said her mother said she don't know what's been going on over the years, but it's changed. You can hardly find a good man, and since she to think the odds are not good that her daughter would get a good man, she raised her daughter to be independent, do for herself, make her own money, do all that. Because there's not a likely chance that she will find a good man, because there are not that many out there anymore.
Okay, Dame, gauge the chat. What is atheist saying?
Um.
Or atheist? The atheist. What is he saying? What was that last comment? I can't really see it.
Okay. Well, you see, you have to back it up a little bit. He's in a conversation with King Kapala. He's trying to get King Kapala onto the manosphere, and King Kapala said they got too many issues over there. But he said they need good leadership, and he could come over there and straighten them out pretty much. Sorry, King Kapala, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying exactly what you said.
Yeah, well, it's a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
yeah.
Black male leadership is almost becoming a myth.
Mm-hmm.
It's still around, but it's almost legendary. It's almost a myth. Mm-hmm. It's almost like Zeus and Hercules and Hermes and Mount Olympus, which is another version of heaven and hell. Another version of there's so many stories told about heaven and hell. It's ridiculous. Okay, they even got it with animals now. There's an animal heaven too, and an animal hell. But all right, so we'll go to the next video. Okay, what's the next one I wanted to queue up? The culture appropriation. Now, again, we have discussions on hating each other, and while we're fighting each other and hating each other, people are stealing our talent and our blackness like it is going out of style. And they are bold with it. And they are flashing it in our face as if to say, what are we going to do about it? Yeah, I took your shine. What are you going to do about it? I want you to watch this next video with that in mind. Play it, Dame. And Dame, after you play it, comment on it, right? I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. That is that is the video. All right, so this okay they they don't these other groups people, they don't even see it as appropriating anymore. They just saying it's just cool, I want to dance that way to impress the girls. But it is well, that's basically what that dance is. It is to impress the girls. Yes, it is cool, but it is, culturally ours. Why can't you find something cool in your culture and do that? No, because ours has been appropriate so much, they feel like it's for everybody. It's just dancing. Everybody dances. Okay, then what was wrong with your culture dancing? No, you apparently don't find anything cool about the dancing in your culture. And you're gonna keep trying to say, oh, I gave it my own little twist to it. No. Everything I've seen in there, you have seen black folks do. Yeah. And so I think one of them guys actually taught those groups of men. So there's somebody who ain't even a part of our culture teaching somebody in another culture things that we do in ours. Yeah, like that whole dance routine. They don't do that in their cultures at wedding. That kind of stuff we do at our weddings. The groom and the groomsmen all dance for the bride and the bridesmaid. That's just, it's just, yeah. But mm, that's right. When black people are too inclusive, and that's why we don't get credit for nothing we do. Yeah.
Well, that's because the men are weak. And the leadership is non-existent.
Mhm.
Anything that's happening, anything that's happening to black people, widespread in a negative manner, and to the detriment of black people, it's because the black men are weak. If the black men were strong, these things wouldn't be happening. We got too many weak men. We got thousands of them, thousands of them. The manosphere. We just got too many weak men.
Yeah. So they'll probably insist they're not culture appropriate. No, they just dancing all cool. But as I said, I think one of them guys in there who taught the rest of these guys this dance, dance that way. And you probably ain't gonna say, "Well, I think the way black folks dance is cool, and I wanted to be cool."
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like coolness is just a symbol of cultural appropriation.
Hmm.
I like belly dancing, but I know where it culturally comes from, and I acknowledge where it comes from. So if you see me belly dancing, I'm going to say from which culture I'm dancing from, and give it its credit. But ours, no.
And, and the thing about it is, right? If we were Chinese, the Chinese men would make sure that they are somehow benefiting off of people exploiting their culture, which is what they do now. They they damn near get paid off for everything out of their culture. Okay, American people like Chinese food, right? They don't let Americans open up Chinese restaurants. Black people let people open up soul food joints. That ain't even black. He won't let you open up a Chinese restaurant and cook his food, but you'll let him open up a joint and sell you fried chicken and watermelon, corn on the cob, cornbread, collard greens, peach cobbler, sweet potato pie. You'll let him sell you all of that and then got nerve to turn around and call him a real naga. Talking about, yo, man, Mr. Lee, he a real naga, man. He cook like black folk. You don't protect your culture. You don't protect anything in your culture. And the reason why you don't know how to do that is because you can't think on your feet. You can't think like a real man. You don't have any ability to create an original thought. All you do is regurgitate. As long as you're a regurgitator, you'll never find any solutions to do anything. And you will always be in last place. That's why you can't stop anybody from doing anything to you because you can't think.
Hmm. Yeah, but does the king give up his power?
The black woman is getting paid for her likeness. What has the black woman been doing for decades? She's been paying that Korean man for her weave and all that, right? When you know what? She had enough. She's now in a throwdown with that Korean man for that entire business, and she's winning. Pretty soon, that business is going to belong to her. She got tired of saying, look, I'm not sending any more of your kids to college. I made you and I can break you. And she is damn sure trying to break that Korean man. And she almost got him broke. Because she's telling the truth. She made him. The difference between you and the black woman is the black woman woke up and said, you know what? It's a wrap. You ain't getting paid off me like that no more. I want it all. And she's going to get it all. And you niggers are going to be still stuck in the same place, getting raped over your likeness, getting exploited over your likeness. Walking around talking about you have an owner. You're a grown man talking about you have an owner. You don't even know what that sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You rather go over there and make them white men rich, them old white men rich, and let them fill up your hind parts, rather than take your original talent and make your own thing and stand up for yourself and make the people come to you. Because here's the deal. The black men are the draw in sports. Okay? But the black men don't control their likeness in the sports. White men do. Okay? And then what I don't like is the Hall of Fame because they make you guys run around and chase that ball all the time, right? And then you have to be inducted into the white man's Hall of Fame to be recognized as somebody. And then they control that. I think they tried to get O.J. Simpson out of the Hall of Fame. I think they tried to get him out of the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure if they were successful or not, but I think they tried to. Maybe say something about O.J. Simpson. I watched O.J. Simpson play it. Okay. And they didn't call him the juice for nothing. That dude was incredible. He couldn't be stopped. He was one of the 4-2 back in the late 60s. You have any idea how fast that was? First of all, that's world-class speed. Today, that's world-class speed. Imagine what that was like in the 60s and early 70s. 4-2 speed. I mean, you had Bullet Bob Hayes. I don't know if he ran a 4-2. I think Bullet Bob Hayes ran a 4-3. Okay. But this guy ran a 4-2. He couldn't be stopped. Man, he was the only guy, I think, in history They ran for over 200 yards on the famed Steel Curtain defense with Mean Joe Green, Jack Ham, Jack Lambert, all them killers on defense. Mel Blunt and all of them. He ran for 200 yards, over 200 yards on that defense. He was unstoppable. He couldn't be stopped, man. Okay. And even down to, I remember watching his last game. I think he broke like an 80-yard guy. I think he was playing for the 49ers. I think that was his last game. And he broke into the open for an 80-yard touchdown. And somebody was running with him. And right before he scored the touchdown, they slapped each other 5. That dude was unbelievable. I mean, growing up, man, I watched some real superheroes play football. I'm talking about when football was real football. It's corny today. All of these sports are corny today. Basketball is trash. Okay. They don't play defense anymore. Back when I was growing up, they actually played defense in the NBA. Okay. So, I saw superheroes, y'all. So guys like in basketball, Nate Tiny Archibald, World Be Free, Clyde Drexler. I saw superheroes, Julius Erving, George Gervin, the Iceman. Football, so superheroes like Christian Okoye, Earl Campbell, O.J. Simpson, Billy Sims, like a lot of people don't realize, Billy Sims. Ernest Biner and Kevin Mack. Real superheroes, man. John Riggins. Yeah, it's a couple of white boys that were bad too. John Riggins. Craig James for the New England Patriots when the New England Patriots sucked. He was their only offense. Everybody knew Craig James was getting the ball. And so I watched real superheroes. And so you guys don't, and even back then, if it wasn't for Jim Brown being a real man, you guys wouldn't have free agency. And you guys still haven't did anything to improve free agency. It's still the same way Jim Brown started. Him, Lou Alcindor, and somebody else, they started free agency. So you can at least have a chance to sell your services to the highest bidder. You can thank Jim Brown and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for that. These were men who have foresight and say, hey, wait a minute. We need to be, I'm the one with all the talent. I should be calling the shots. But because you guys don't think like leaders and you think like followers, okay, you guys don't have the guts to do anything like that today. Okay? You would never do something like that. That first of all, it takes courage to do something like that. Then you got to have the people willing to follow through with it. You guys today wouldn't get any of that accomplished. I don't see anybody among you that got that kind of leadership. Prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. Go out there and do it. So all you got to do. Jim Brown and them did it. And you need to thank them because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be able to sell your service to the highest bidder. And today's black man and today's athlete has done nothing to enhance free agency. Nothing. It's still the same. But anyway, what's your take on the matter, Stan?
Well, Well, I think part of the issue is the thinking the other side is greener, other side is better, and that you want to get to the other side so badly that you leave everything behind, and it ain't as green as you think it is, or you find yourself drowning because it turned out to be water floating, green floating on water. Mm.
Well, with that being said, we're getting tired now, y'all. We're winding down. We're going to show you one last video. And not to really talk about it, I just want to show you how cool it is. And then we're going to duck on out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on Ladies Night when Gen Culture meets Ladies Night. Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? Then show that last TikTok video of that dance. Okay? The
Yeah.
I Baby dance. We want y'all to take a look into this dance. Again, black men being innovative, but no follow through. This is a very, very cool dance created by black men. And pretty soon, white people are going to steal this too. Make the screen bigger. Can you make the screen bigger? Very, very cool dance, y'all. This is dance created on TikTok. I haven't seen anybody do it better than this guy yet, though. He is the creator of it. It's called the Ah Baby dance. All right, y'all. Dan, you got something to say about that before we get out of here?
One thing I'm saying is already there is a few non-whites that's trying to copy that.
Non-whites or non-blacks?
Oh, I'm sorry, non-blacks. There's a few non-blacks that's trying to copy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I found that video with an Asian woman. Let's see. Okay,
go ahead and play it. I'll let you do that, and when you're done with that, take us on out of here, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right.
Self-sufficient. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Why do you think your mom encouraged you to be masculine? If it seemed to have worked out well for her, she got to provide her husband, and like
it's very sad actually. We had this conversation and my mum said to me, she said, in my times, she said, guys just came up to me all the time. Now I will say this, my mum's very feminine, she's like the damsel in distress, so she does attract guys anyways, but she was saying like, I would used to walk on the street and I will see great quality men everywhere, like I feel like I can just pick them off the street, they're all great. But I don't know, she said, I don't know what's going on. She was like, it makes me really sad, but I feel like guys are not as high caliber anymore, and I'm worried for my daughter. I'm scared that they're going to not be able to deal with themselves, and they don't have that person either. So to compensate, she's pushing me on the other direction of being self-sufficient. But the danger of that is that it was overshot.
Why do you think
Okay, the problem I got with all of this is this. Why is a woman being independent? Why is that masculine? What is that got what the hell has that got to do with masculinity?
I guess they figure only men could live alone or would
That's
want
a
to live alone.
crock of BS. Men aren't the only people that can fend for themselves. Why are we saying that women who are independent and doing for themselves are masculine? They are not masculine. They are women doing for themselves. What the F does masculinity got to do with it? Masculinity don't have anything to do with that. These are simply women doing for themselves. That doesn't make them masculine. It makes them self-efficient. That's all it does. It doesn't turn them into men.
Well, unfortunately, we got a whole crop of men who wants the
I
negative
just, you
bad
know,
old
you know,
days.
the immaturity of of brothers today is astounding. It's just outright ugly, man. Like that is so childish. Oh, she a man because she learned how to do this for herself and do that for herself. F out of here, man. That is just childish, man.
Well,
It's extremely childish.
I guess they just want that negative of the woman to be at the mercy of the men, and she need the protection of her father or her husband. But
It's extremely childish, man. Extremely childish. Mm.
okay, okay. Well, let's go ahead and leave out with this. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming in. The few of you who did come in, we appreciate it. Again, check us out on Ladies Night, Saturday night, 8 p.m. The title of the show is Gent Culture Meets Ladies Night. So it plans to be a good one, y'all. So come hang out with us as we expose gent culture to the audience and explain what it's all about. Can you close my door? Thank you. I got the light. Uh, thank you. Sorry about that, y'all. Um, uh, yeah, and so we're going to talk about what gent culture is all about and what our plans with it is and what we hope it turns into, as well as the young brothers who follow it and what they plan to get out of it. So we can't wait for that. It should be a good show. We'll see you guys on Ladies Night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday night. Peace, power, unity. Okay, Dan.